Arsenal 3, Fulham 0. And I'm not going to lie, guys, that is probably the most I've enjoyed watching this Arsenal team for months. Do not tell me after that first half display that these crop of players don't have the genetics to play this brand of football. Because we're clearly seeing signs that we can do it, but we just don't see it consistently. And as I said, that first half display is exactly what I want to be seeing. It felt refreshing to actually not feel too stressed going into that second half. We made changes. I mean, listen, Mikel Arteta, I've been on his case all season. I've been on his case, in fact, since he got here in the first place. But you've got to give him his flowers today. He got everything spot on. From the lineup to, how we played in general, substitutions, the game management, everything about today was brilliant from an Arteta standpoint. You see what happens when you release the handbrake? You see what happens even when you play Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield. More on him later. It's honestly crazy. Game week 34. And it seems like Arteta is finally learning. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah. He thought, I tell you what, maybe it is the time. Seeing as we have got Atletico on Tuesday. I thought he was going to make changes. I was expecting Calafiori to play at left back to give Hincapié a rest. He didn't come on today, but, decent to have Calafiori as an option for Tuesday. He's kind of given Arteta a bit of a selection headache because, I thought he played very well today. Got a goal chalked off for offside, unfortunately for him. And it was good to see him getting some minutes in the legs. Let's talk about Miles Lewis-Skelly then. Man of the match. That's his first start in midfield, by the way. Hasn't had many minutes this season. And for me, he has taken his opportunity so well. He is the closest we are going to get to Thomas Partey. Because he can break the lines. He does have that X factor on the half turn. And I think he was the heartbeat in that midfield today. People really tried justifying why Miles Lewis-Skelly can't play midfield. Just because Zubimendi's this shiny new toy, etc. And he has to play every single game. I'm telling you, if Miles Lewis-Skelly played from February onwards in midfield, I reckon we would have had this title wrapped up. No word of a lie. And I think he starts on Tuesday against Atletico. Why change it? If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Because that is the best football we've seen on display all season. So you keep it that way. I don't want to be seeing Zubimendi back into the team against Atletico. I want to see him work his way back into it. I'm not saying sell him by any means, but that combination of Skelly and Rice as a double pivot, brilliant. And I'll be baffled, right? Even if he doesn't start on Tuesday, I'll be baffled if we don't see Skelly in midfield again from now until the end of the season. Because we've all seen it. Like, we've been calling it for flipping 2 years now. It's not rocket science. You saw what City have done with O'Reilly. He's been playing in midfield. Look at the goals. Look at the assists. Look at the impact he has done on that Manchester City team. He was the reason why they won that Carabao Cup final. And we should have done exactly the same with Miles Lewis-Skelly. So if he's not playing in midfield from now until the end of the season, I don't know what to say. And we better bloody keep him as well. Man United, you can piss off, respectively. In fact, no. What am I doing here? Respectively. Fuck off. I don't like Man United. Jesus Christ. But yeah, man of the match, as I said, unbelievable from Mars Lewis Skelly. We're all excited to see him in midfield to start off with. I did have that I did have that apprehensiveness before kick-off, because last time he was starting in midfield, Calafiori got injured in the warm-up, and we ended up playing, I believe it was Saka in midfield, and then Skelly had to revert to left back. So I was like, oh God, don't let it be the case this time. But nah, Skelly played in midfield for the full 90 minutes as well, which, I don't know, is this a sign that he's not going to be starting Tuesday? I really hope not. You know, Raya didn't have a whole lot to do, really. Ben White frustrated the life out of me in that first half. My God. He looks physically done, if I'm being honest, which is sad to see. Hopefully Timber is back at some point, man. Jesus Christ. He's been out for a month, for Christ's sake. I don't know what's going on. The two centre-backs I thought were brilliant today. Saliba sweeped up everything as he always does. Gabriel, likewise. Calafiori, as I mentioned, was solid. Skelly, I've already mentioned. Declan Rice complemented so well with Skelly in that midfield. A couple of times where I wanted him to release the ball a little sooner, but, you know, Declan Rice does Declan Rice. And I thought that was him back to his best today. After, you know, a couple of performances where, although I think he played well against Atletico, it's just, I want to see more on the ball from Declan Rice, because I don't think we've seen it in recent weeks. I thought Eze looked good today. Didn't get on the score sheet. I think he was unlucky with that opportunity before we ended up scoring the second goal, which was chalked off for offside. Thought he looked good in the first half. I really did. I think he's got to be playing as the 10, or at least on the left-hand side, because I think he's one of the few players in this attack that I trust going forward, and actually pops up with a magic moment like he did against, of course, Newcastle, etc., etc. Bukayo Saka. Retards tried to tell me that this guy wasn't going to the World Cup. Oh my days. Listen, he may have had a grade 3 hamstring injury. He may have had a couple of injuries so far this season. But you don't tend to lose your intelligence as a winger. He had Jimenez lagging for that first goal. Just doing Bukayo Saka things, to be honest. And although you may not have had a great season, right, for your standard, if you turn up for the last 3 games of the season and help us get over the line with one of the Champions League and Premier League, I don't give a shit how you've played throughout the whole season, because guess what? If you turn up when the chips are down, then guess what? It's just irrelevant, isn't it? And you saw the difference when Madueke came on. There was no real outlet, it felt like, on that right-hand side. And again, he may not be the same player as he once was, but listen, class is fucking permanent. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to tell people that it's the system. It's the fact he's been overplayed. The fact he's always having to track back. His numbers since that injury aren't always going to be what they were prior his injury anyway. So, listen, he is still a world-class winger. But he's just been mismanaged. He's been overplayed. And he's had far too many injuries so far this season. But today, in that first 45 minutes, that was the real Bukayo Saka today. And the goal he scored, excellent. Trossard, I thought, played very well to his credit today. I thought he looked dangerous. Picked up an assist. Unlucky not to score. Still does. I still do think he holds onto the ball a little bit too long for my liking. But I thought he was good today. Victor Gyökeres, 21 goals in all competitions. That's my fucking striker. The fact he has been abused non-stop by this fucking fan base is just criminal. Like, the system has not helped him at all. We've not played to his strengths many times this season. Today, we did that. And he got a goal and an assist. The telepathy, finally, between Saka and Gyökeres is exactly what we wanted to be seeing. The moment Gyökeres walked in through the door, we were thinking, yeah, Saka, Gyökeres, can you imagine the amount of assists Saka will pick up if he has a proper out-and-out number 9 lurking in the box at every opportunity? We've not seen that, hardly. But today, we saw it. We saw that telepathy in game week 34. Crunch time as well. And I thought today, I really wanted to get that hat-trick, you know. I think he should have scored in the second half, if I'm being brutally honest. But overall, you know, he's our top scorer by some distance. 21 goals in all competitions, 14 goals in the league, 1 assist. I think only Harry Kane has scored more goals in 2026 than Victor Gyökeres. Shut up. The subs came on. I mean, can't really judge many of the subs really. The game was already done. Gabriel Jesus needs to watch the line, but that's been the case for years now. Noni didn't really do anything when he came on. As I said, the golfing class between him and Saka is just chalk and cheese, isn't it? Mosquera came on for Ben White. Didn't really have a whole lot of time. Subamendi came on to keep things ticking and see out the game. I thought he did all right. Max Dallman came on, of course. Nice to see him. He actually came on in the 10, you know, which was interesting. Hopefully more to come with that one. But yeah, listen. We don't need to focus on Man City at the moment. Right? We don't need to worry about them. We have to worry about ourselves. City can win their remaining games, but that could be huge for goal difference. It really could. We've got on paper the easier games than Man City. And listen, I still don't think we'll win our remaining games. West Ham next week will be difficult. But I don't think Man City will win. I don't think Man City will win their remaining games either. I think they'll drag us through it one more time this season. I really do. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But listen, over to them lot now. We've done our job, and we're going to see, you know, how City respond on Monday against Everton, which could be tough, you know, under the bright lights at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's not going to be easy for City. They probably still will win, but I don't think it will be an easy game for them. But yeah, guys, let me know what you made of the game in the comment section down below. We'll, of course, be back on Monday for another show, which, listen, should be more positive than it has been in recent weeks, because that was a brilliant performance. And hopefully, more to come from now to the end of the season. 3 more cup finals to go, including the Champions League, because I want to win that competition as well. And, yeah, we'll see what this team has in store for us from now to the end of the season. It's been one hell of a roller coaster. We're nearly at the end of the season, and thank God, because I just want to chill for the rest of the summer. But, yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm on road to 2K. And, yeah, big up Arsenal, big up Arteta. Big up everyone today. Well done. Now, we've got to replicate it for the next 3 weeks. Come on, you Gunners.